Mental health is a subject that believers have a difficult time getting their arms around. And I think it's because it has in the past been so taboo that prayer is all you need and it's all you need to do. And absolutely, you used the word forerunner earlier. It absolutely is a forerunner to everything we better do. But the Lord does equip wonderful people like you with the gift and the calling that you have accepted to help shepherd people to safe havens that just may have a chemical imbalance. And I think the thing that believers don't realize is that a lot of times it is a chemical imbalance in the body, a lot of these folks, and sometimes they just don't know how to balance it out. They really think it's them when their bodies for some reason is missing something. That the with the aid of physician, psychologist, psychiatrists, they're able to bridge those gaps to create environments internally that will provide them the balance that they would need to function.
You're absolutely right. It could be a number of things. There could be a chemical imbalance, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just like any other type of illness, and we need particular help with it. And there are medications out there for chemical imbalances. I don't so much handle that part of it, but sometimes there's a trauma. And sometimes that trauma has occurred for all kinds of reasons. It could be a molestation. It could be witnessing abuse. Even now with many of our soldiers, they're going through the post-traumatic stress disorder. But I've come to believe that a lot of individuals are going through post-traumatic stress disorder. It may not be war related, but something has happened in their life that has really traumatized them and thrown them off kilter, and they need help with it. And yes, God is a delivering God, and prayer definitely does work, but God's given us this science and gift of helps.
That's right.
Where we can provide counseling, where we can help people to get past their traumas that they've had in life. And sometimes the trauma is not even a conscious trauma. It's somewhere hidden away, but it still guides and directs our behavior. And that's one of the things that a therapist can do. Sometimes they can unlock something that's hidden so that the individual can begin to address it. And begin
Well,
to
do
get
me a
help.
favor. Look into that camera and speak to, because there's some women. I mean, I've been called. My heart's toward women, and I love my men. Of course, I do. I've got 2 boys, but that's the Lord has called me. Could you look into that camera and just speak to some women out there who may have issues themselves, that they're believers and they've been fighting this thought that maybe they have a mental health issue because it's taboo and it's so negative, or they've got a loved one, a husband, a child, or a neighbor that they've noticed signs and symptoms. Encourage them to let them know that it is okay and that it is a disease process like anything else.
Okay. Well, first of all, ladies, if I'm talking to ladies or even ladies and gentlemen, the thing that I want you to know is that whatever your situation is, there is help. And as far as the therapy is wonderful. Everyone really should have a therapist. Many times in the past, we used our grandmas or our moms were really our therapists, because who were they? They were the people that we could go to and we could tell them anything. Anything. We didn't have to be ashamed. We didn't have to be fearful. We could just express our heart to them, and they would help us to figure things out. When people come in to talk to me in my practice, they sometimes come in a little nervous and they think, is there something wrong with me because I need to see a therapist? Absolutely, there's nothing wrong. All of us need someone to be able to talk to sometimes. And there are therapists that you can find online. You can find information out about them. You can, of course, check your phone book, see what counseling services are available to you. There are Christian counselors, and there's sometimes that you may have had something that's happened in your life, and that thing has you stuck. And that's what a therapist can do. They can help you to get unstuck. So I want you not to be afraid, not to be ashamed. I want you to use this provision that God has provided for us, that we can get help. If you don't feel well and you're not, you know, you got a bad cold, you think you've got a flu, you go to the doctor and you go and get help. What's the same way with the therapist? When you know that something's going on, it just doesn't quite feel right emotionally. You're having kind of mood swings. You know, one day you're happy, the next day you're down, and you don't understand what happened, what shifted me that quick. No particular thing actually happened to me, but I had a shift. Those are things that you can go to someone and talk and get some help. And many therapists will take insurance. Many therapists, some have sliding scale. There are all kinds of things that are available to you.